Well, folks, we're out here trying to get it done. It is rough as all get out. Bait took us a little bit, but thank you to Brandy and Steve that gave us a call, or actually messaged me on Facebook. They had pulled in behind us and we left. We didn't see any bait and they pulled in behind us and they started catching bait, so he let me know. So we came back and loaded up on bait. So I want to thank them for doing that for us. Appreciate it. That's what I talked about before, is helping each other out. And that's exactly what they did, and they helped us out, and so I appreciate that. Chad and I are solid 3-footers out here. I don't know why we're out here, but
we're fishing.
Huh?
We're fishing.
Yeah, we're fishing, but we're trying to free line for grouper right now. But my pinfish does not want to go down.
Mine didn't either.
At all. There he went down.
He went down the first time, got whacked, and then after that,
it
he's
is
like,
rough.
No way.
Chad's got him one. Ooh, nice one.
Bad? Oh. For a windy day, I'll take it. Yeah, for a non-windy day, I'll take it.
Yeah, right.
He's warm.
Oh. I think this is one of Chad and I's favorite ways to fish, is free lining either dead bait or pinfish or anything. We just love free lining. Tide's moving a little bit much, but we're, like I said, we're only in 17 feet of water, so. Chad did it again. That's his third fish. I think I've gotten one bump. That's it.
That one might have been pushing 5. One didn't fight very much.
Not really.
Decent sized fish.
Yeah, not bad. Our slacker jerks.
Take 2.
Slacker jigs work for pinfish too. Thought I'd give it a shot. Boom. We've got rocks on each side of us. So what we're doing is we're pitching out, and just the tide is actually coming this way. So it's actually helping us a little bit in the sense of the trolling motor's not working its butt off, which it was the breaker. So the trolling motor's not working its butt off, and we're able to pitch out and let these bait fish come back towards us and go right over those rock piles instead of being right on top of them. As soon as I said GoPro stop recording, I got hammered. I thought he was a lot bigger than that, but oh well. He hammered it though. God almighty, it's windy out there.
What?
Where did he spit that pinfish at?
Oh, I didn't see nothing. Oh, right here.
There you go. Alright, so I pitched it out again. Let's see if this, last time it took a little bit, but God almighty, it's rough out here. I looked at Chad, and we were out at one of the markers trying to get bait, and I'm like, why are we even out here? Cause it's fun, he said. He laid the smack down on me. He about pulled me out of the boat. But Chad was like, yeah, this is fun. I'm like, yeah, and you're not the one trying to throw the net in 4-footers. Right, Chad?
There was a little bit of sarcasticness in it.
Oh.
That was on a dead bait.
Was it really? Huh. Huh, huh, huh. But on days like today's, it's only miserable if you're not catching fish. But if you're getting fish, it's fun.
Yeah, you hardly even notice.
Yeah, you. As I'm sitting on the weaning post.
Leaning against the console.
that anticipation when you feel that bait fish go and you know he's gonna get whacked. He's doing it right now. Come on. I know he's getting looked at. But as we've said before, oh, son, told you he was gonna get hit. The main thing is you want to make sure that that bait fish is getting down, because most of the time those grouper don't want to come up. They'll come up every once in a great while and grab a bait, but most of the time you want that bait to get down, and that's why I'm using a little bit of a weight, 1/8 ounce slacker jig to get that bait down. I lost him. Woo, I knew that one was coming. That poor pinfish got so nervous. Is that on a dead bait or pinfish?
That was on a dead, sort of dead pinfish. That big one that got whacked.
Oh yeah. You know, as I tell people all the time, even though, you know, we're out here and it's windy, but I know that our boat can handle it. So if you know that your boat can come out here and handle this kind of stuff, sometimes this is the best bite when the weather's really kind of ugly. Even though we had a cold front come through, but the cold front's not going to mess these fish up. I mean, the water temperature's still at 81, so it's not like it messed them up or anything. So if you know that your boat can handle it, get on out here.
Send it.
Send it. Even though I've seen some solid 4-footers come through. It's all good.
Put your pins down. I can't tell you got 80.
God bless America. I'm going to use this poor dead pinfish. Well, I just lost a big one. Chad has a nice one. Double up. Whose is bigger? Mine's bigger. Mine's a little bit bigger.
Oh, mine looked pretty close.
Well, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'll let it go.
Not a big one. Beast mode.
Better hold that one out away from the body.
I didn't even hook him in the mouth.
No?
No. Ooh. Look at that honker. Well, folks, we decided to leave the grouper alone, the shallow water grouper. Come out here and see if we can find some snapper. It's actually calmed down a little bit. It's still pretty choppy, but it's calmed down a little bit to where now the boat is facing into the tide. So we're gonna see if we can get on some snapper. This feels like a snapper.
It is.
Red snapper.
Red snapper. That was on a live bait?
Yeah. No wonder why he fought so hard. Right now I'm using a Huggy jig, 1 ounce, because the tide's still moving pretty good. I tried the slacker jig, but oh, Chad's using a 2 ounce ball jig?
No, yeah, the ball jig.
Yeah. So the tide's still moving a little bit much. So that's why we're using heavier weight. The bite's been pretty decent, just not getting the fish that we want, but you know, it happens. Oh! But what I'll do is I'm gonna put myself in a circumstance to where I'll run across and run up to shallower water and then run up and run back, because if I try to run in this stuff, it's gonna be brutal. We're gonna be wet. Yeah, there's solid 3-footers, occasional 4-footer rolled into these things, and the wind just picked back up again. There we go. Folks, it was funny, we were getting bit on live bait, and then all of a sudden it just shut off like a light switch, so I set the cut bait down there, and bam. Nice little snapper. It's another snapper, I'm sure, I think. Yep.
Like it. Yep.
As I always say, if you stop getting bites at a certain area and you know there's fish down there, we're showing fish, change it up. We almost left, but I thought, well, let me put down a cut bait and see what we can do.
This fight weird.
It's because it's a snapper.
Yep.
Nice snapper. Yeah, buddy. Slacker jig getting it done. Well, Chad is making me go to the slacker. Got that real nice snapper. He just caught another one, so we're taking advantage of this tide slowing down, and we'll see what we can do. We're gonna try to get them chummed up. I think we can get them chummed up. I can't get bit, dude.
Like trick or treating, these are fun size. This is a snap.
That's a
big one.
no.
It's a grouper. I was gonna say.
Yep. All right, folks, get this. Chad and I are standing right next to each other. He's using his spinning outfit with the braided line. I was using my conventional, and literally dropping right next to each other. He was catching fish like this, one right after the other. I wasn't even getting bit. He's like, do you think it's the fall rate because you have more fluorocarbon on there and you don't have the smaller braided line? You think it's the fall? I'm like, if you get one more hit, I'm gonna switch. So he got one more hit. I switched and immediately caught a small snapper, but
it's a fish.
It's a fish, right? So the fall rate was what was causing him to catch more bait or more fish than it was me. My bait was probably falling not as fast or something, because it was holding it up, or something was wrong. Something was not looking right to the fish. But as soon as I switched to my spinning rod with our 10-pound braid, I got bit. Craziest thing. Come on, Chad.
Come on, man.
Just like that, I switch over to that spinning rod and boom.
It's just so weird that the same technique, one with a conventional with fluorocarbon, wouldn't work. Meanwhile, he changes to how I was doing it and instantly gets 2 fish. Boom, boom. It just doesn't seem right.
No. Weirdest thing. We're still amazed that that little bit of difference going from the conventional with straight fluorocarbon to the braided line made that much difference in that fish either biting my line or not biting my line.
Almost to the point where I want to just grab one and try
it again, yeah, right?
See if it was just something, I don't know.
Ooh!
That was oogly. Oogly.
Ah! Folks, you gotta have a... When Chad and I free line, you really have to have a keen eye on your line, especially in this wind, because when it goes up a wave and goes down a wave, it will pull it. And it almost looks like a fish is taking off with it, but it's not. It's just the wave going up and down and pulling the line. So you really have to be diligent on watching that line. That's partly why we use yellow braided line, is to be able to see that line when we're free lining. And again, we're chumming now. And getting them fired up. That's another nice snapper. Folks, if you didn't come out today, if you look, it's actually starting to calm down. It's actually turning out to be a beautiful day. Fish more, catch more. Now folks, when we're using our spinning rods, when we're free lining, what we do, instead of pulling it out by hand like we do on our conventionals, we actually utilize the rod to do it. So when we do this, we know we're getting 7 foot of line each time. So we're sitting in 31 feet, so I'm doing like 4.5, 5 lengths of the rod pulling out line, and I lay it on the surface so I can see what it's doing. And then once I get to 5, what I'll do is I'll grab the line and feel it and wait for, because right now they're not up in the water column, they're down. So I think I'm at 5 now. That's the only problem with talking like that. You lose count. Well folks, we had a great day on the water. It was bumpy this morning. Woo! Solid 3 to 4 footers. It was very interesting, but thanks again to Brandy and Steve for letting us know to come back to the spot that we initially went to go catch bait. I appreciate them giving me a shout and letting me know that they were on the bait. So anyway, I hope you learned something with this episode. The slightest little thing when we were using the slackers with the conventional compared to the spinning rods were getting bit, the conventional was not. So just that little slight difference. Don't know what it was all about, but it was definitely something different. It presented it differently. So if you're not getting bites or the bites stop, do something different. I always talk about that. Again, we have a seminar coming up on the 16th, which is a week from Sunday, Mother's Day. And we will be doing a seminar out at the News Channel 8 outdoor show at Raymond James Stadium at 1 p.m. Come by and see us. Stop by Southeastern Fishing Tackle. Get some fishing tackle from them. Hopefully you can come out and learn something from us. I don't know.
No, I don't know. After today, you might not learn much.
Whatever. We caught a lot of fish.
One thing I did learn, I got to shout out to John Garcia. Appreciate the heads up on the peacock bass spot. Everything worked out.
Cool.
Told him I'd give
So
him
a subscriber actually?
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, thank you, John. That's awesome. We're gonna head down there at some point and go do that. We should have picked this week. As rough as it was, but it did calm down. It was beautiful coming in.
Nice, man.
Yeah, so anyway, thanks again for watching. Fish more, catch more, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Out.